everybody. We are live. I think I've got to wear my mask throughout this whole thing. Not sure. We'll see when someone tells me to pop it on. Yeah, when you come back, I'll swap over with you. When you come back, I'll swap over with you for 2 minutes. Yeah? What up, guys? Hang on one sec, boys. I'm just trying to get this chat open. Here we go. Oi, oi. How are we doing, boys? We're here, UFC 254. This is the last weigh-ins. Oh my god. Which means we fly home on Sunday. Pretty bummed out about that. Everybody else here seems to be dying to go home. Not me. Yeah, decent tan, right? Daddy, chill. What even is that? Yeah, and let's not forget that these are going to be on some. These whole fights are going to be on some really early. Well, they're going to be early. Going to be real early, especially in England. I don't know what time they start in England. I might ask Nick Pete. Nick Pete, what time does the UFC start in England? Oh, he's just pointed at me and decided to look away. Prick. I'm just going to see if anybody knows the answer. Max, do you know when the UFC starts in England?
Prelims 5 p.m.
That's here.
Prelims 5 p.m. UK time. Main card 7 p.m. UK time.
Is it? Are you sure? I thought that was the time we have to be.
No. So if you're talking about when it's on in the UK,
Yeah.
so BT Sport prelims start at 5 p.m.
Okay, BT Sport prelims start at 2 p.m. in the UK, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I thought. 7 p.m. in England. Okay.
5 p.m. for the prelims.
5 p.m.
7
in.
p.m. for main card.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Max. That's Max from BT Sport, being a little legend for us, filling us in. So, I believe that the early prelims on Fight Pass start in the UK at 5 p.m. Man, I haven't got a clue. Oh, I'm seeing too much misinformation now. I know that we have to be here for 5 p.m. and that's Dubai time. But either way, it's early, right? Much earlier than before. So that's great. That's very good. It means that we get to go home at a reasonable time, which I'm all about that. We've been staying up till 9 a.m. On all of these cards we've been out here, so we actually get to do a fight week under normal times. Well, with regards to the sun, anyway. So that should be cool. Right next to me as well, in this general area, we've got BT Sport going live. BT Sport going live. Right next to us, Nick Pete's just stood there doing sweet Ethel with his headphones in, whilst Gary's running around doing everything. Nick's doing nothing. I might even give you a little show. Will do, bro. What, the purple one, yeah? I ain't going around there anyway. So, there they are. That is Nick Pete going live for BT Sports, giving us the thumbs up. There's Vicky. The UFC PR, and we've got Max Maxi boy down here doing all the BT Sports crap. And then the boys. Fuck, you know, this is hard to do with a mic and a... Here he comes. Here's Jamie coming out the door, look. No idea what's going on. Alright, let's see. It's early morning here. As I've said, there's somebody in the background that looks like my mate Hemo. And that just freaked me out. Oi, oi. Oh, good man. Right. I was just giving them a little, showing them what's going on. Who is she? Vicky is the media PR. So she sorts out all our credentials and all that. Just having a little read through these comments. This Russian gentleman saying, "What's up, Brits and buck teeth?" Wow. Thank you, moose meat, mate. I am just going to pass this on to Jamie. He's got a headache and he's just woke up. So, God help him. Here you go, mate.
Cheers, bro. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? It's pretty early here, but it's probably much earlier in the UK.
This is
Oh, that does look good.
Fucking shit breakfast, but
Nachos
nice.
and cheese for breakfast. Oh. So how's everyone doing? Looking forward to this fight, very much so. And the rest of the card as well. I don't know if anyone checked out Coach's Corner last night on the Reptile YouTube channel. It's a new series that we've started, where I'm going to be sitting down with some of the top coaches in the sport. Yesterday's episode was with John Crouch, who is in the corner of Jared Cannonier and Casey Kenny this weekend. So go check that out, Coach's Corner. Cheers, Joel. We've been enjoying doing all this new content for you guys. Hope you guys are all enjoying it. And like Mystery said, it's pretty early here. We've only kind of just woke up. But very much looking forward to this weigh-ins. Yes, the nachos were free. All the food's free here. But not a very nutritious breakfast, but hey, how you doing, man? Yeah, good mate. Yeah, we are. Here's Mr. Dan Hardy himself. Yeah, all good, mate.
Nachos for breakfast?
Yeah, not me.
No, of course not.
No, he's outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. How you doing, man? All good?
Good, man. All
Yeah?
good, yeah.
Cool.
Just watched Bellamy's MMA debut.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Really good, man. She had a hard first round, got caught with a sharp buster nose, but got the takedown, mauled her on the floor, attacked an armbar in the third. She looked good, man. She won 29-28.
Nice.
But it was a good performance, especially for a 17-year-old having her first pro fight. Yeah, and the pressure of having Frank Mir in your corner.
Yeah, she
I'd
looks
feel
good.
that pressure, you know what I mean?
I'll have to check that fight out later, to be fair.
Yeah, it was good. Icon 2, it's on Fight Pass. For anybody out there that's got Fight Pass, get on it, have a look at it.
You on with BT Sport then this morning?
I think so. I'm not exactly sure what's going. I just kind of figured I'd show up and, be present, here for what I'm needed for.
Turn them.
Everybody going online?
Yeah, everyone seems. Is that mic all right for everyone?
Thought I'd give it to you.
Oh yeah, is that for?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
2 shares.
N- No, the weigh-ins The weigh-ins aren't done yet. They've not even started.
Hello, everybody. How we doing? What's cracking online? Turn the mic up. Can you hear us? Check. Talking. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Move the mic closer. Hello? Yeah, you can check it. Got BT set up here. Why is it different? Why does it look different this time around? Something's changed about the setup in here.
All the new banner and everything.
Oh yeah, looks good in here, man.
Got a light show and everything.
A little busier this time around as well. A little busier. There's my iPad there. I'm gonna plug that in a minute. What's going on here? Should I sit and answer a few questions before I jump off? Sounds alright, does it?
Yeah.
How are we, everybody? I did make Tony mad. I mean, you think he's a bit mad anyway, but you know how it is. In the UK, we call that a reality check. Sometimes you got to bring people into the present, stop them living in the past. It's dangerous. That's what teammates are for, though. Yeah, Lady Mia did come through. She looked really good. Weigh-ins are starting in about 15 minutes. They're just gathering the fighters backstage and getting them all ready. So the fighters are over at the hotel cutting weight. Then they'll come over here on the buses and check backstage and then step on the official scales. That's the order of the day. And then we've got... Oh, yeah, all good. We've got, 2 hours is the window for everybody. So they can make weight any time in that 2 hours. No, they're not, shithead. God, this moves so quickly, it's difficult to see the questions. How's everybody enjoying the channel? Hey, oh, we've got a mystery here. How are you?
Good, mate.
All good. Nachos for breakfast. This is you, is it?
This is it. That's all they've got.
It's all they've got, is it? Yeah.
Hummus, but I killed that last night.
Okay. Oh yeah, how was you dinner last night? You got to get on the Raptors. You got to get on the Oh, that's that camera. Now I'm looking at this one. You got to get on the Raptors page and have a look at these boys in traditional dress. They look great. And the Fight Disciples. Shout out, Adam. How are you? All good? Yeah, all good, man. Of course we are. Always, never not rolling, mate. That's how we are.
Where are we? There? Taking over you lot, aren't you? Taking over.
Yeah, we've got BT Sport running live alongside the weigh-ins as well today. Myself, Nick P, Adam Cattrall. So if you want to pull up a second YouTube window, you can watch us both and get a real feel for what's going on backstage. But yeah, what we got here. 15 minutes still. Time's ticking down. Borat comes out today. I might watch it tonight.
I'm gonna watch it with some peace medicine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Does anybody want any water or anything?
James Dixon, you're welcome, my friend. Everybody enjoying the content? These boys have been smashing. We've got loads of stuff on the channel. We've got Jamie just uploaded his interview with John Crouch. Did you speak to Brad Pickett? Yeah. Wicked. Brad Pickett as well. What are you saying? What you got?
I haven't got anything lined up, to be honest.
What?
I spoke to Casey Kenny.
Okay.
But
Oh, you've been busy though, haven't you? You've got loads of stuff. You got loads of stuff already.
I did have Casey Kenny lined up.
Did you?
But he can't do it anymore, so.
No.
It is what it is.
Oh well. Well, it is his fight weekend,
Yeah.
and he is kind of busy. He went back to Vegas to
He's been here
see his
twice,
dogs.
Yeah.
That's what he went back for.
Is it?
Yeah, we went back to see his dogs. Thank you for everybody enjoying the content. The channel is just absolutely buzzing right now, and we've got a load of stuff coming when we get home as well. Obviously heading home very soon. I am, as much as I've enjoyed Fight Island, I am looking forward to sitting on my own sofa, sleeping in my own bed for a little while, and not having food delivered in a box outside my door in a bag.
Yeah.
Because V's cooking's off the hook. This is why I'm 200 pounds at the moment. I saw Dana the other day in the corridor. First thing he said to me is, "You look massive." I'm like, Thanks, dude. I'm not sure that's good weight or bad weight, but I'll take it. I am heavy at the moment, though. I'm getting a lot of questions about these. I have 2 of them with me at the moment. This is one I've had for a long time. It's a mallet, 108 beads, Bodhi seeds, lotus seeds for the marker beads, and then the guru bead is a oxbone skull. And I have another one which I'll have with me tomorrow, which is one I made myself, which is carnelian and turquoise. But good to keep me calm. Remind me not to be a dickhead, which is difficult, isn't it, Mister? I'm a dickhead quite a lot.
Nah.
He's being nice, but I am.
I think we all are.
Well, it's been a long month, hasn't it? We've been busy cranking out the content. What's everybody's favourite stuff on the channel? Have you seen the Claudio Silva thing yet? Because it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. You what?
2.7.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're heading towards 100,000 subscribers. Apparently, we get a plaque when we get to 100,000, like a YouTube plaque, like a congratulations for having an impact on the digital world. Yeah, cut my hair last night. I need another cut though, man. Dude, it's ridiculously long now. Look how long that is. I'm telling you, I'm going for that Phil Anselmo look for a while.
It looks good, man.
Then I get braided into a lizard tail.
Hardy versus Felder.
Felder and I are never going to fight. He's a triathlete now anyway. He's a triathlete. Couldn't get him off the bike or out the pool while he was over here. Riding up and down the roads. We did 17 miles the other night, didn't we?
Is that how
17 miles we did, yeah. 2.5 hours on the bike. Yeah, just circling around. Quarantine zone's a little smaller than it was last time. I need to slow this chat down. It's ridiculous. We have leveled it recently. Raptors have certainly stepped their game up. It's, there's just loads and loads of stuff on the channel. And unfortunately, because we've been so busy, stuff's getting pushed down pretty quickly. So once Fight Island's over and we've got a bit of downtime, take some time out and go and have a look at the rest of the content on the channel. We'll start firing some stuff on social media as well. But the coach interviews, the fighter psyche interviews have been fantastic. Obviously the listen episodes, Goddard and Bob have gone home now, but we've got 2 while they were in. First one with Goddard with when he snapped the chair, and second one with Bob, which was just hilarious. What a legend. What's everyone's pick for fight of the night?
Eat a nacho for the fans, Dan.
Nah, I'm not touching that. I look like him. I'd smell like him if I touched that. Look, he's going in now.
For the lads.
For the lads. Oh. Everyone buzzing for this weekend or what? I mean, I know we keep saying, and this is the biggest fight in UFC history. You all right, Beltran? There's some very unhappy people on here. Oh, here he is again.
Not what I want for the morning.
Is it not? No. I've had my breakfast. I had my eggs this morning. So yeah, I'll give you a bit of a rundown of the fight week hotel menu, because we get like a standard breakfast every morning, which varies. So you get like a bunch of eggs, and then there's usually like a couple of sausages and a couple of a couple of pieces of bacon, and then a juice and a yogurt, and it's good, man. I am literally holding steady at 200 pounds, and I cannot get below it right now. But it's cold in the UK, and I like to run in the cold, so I'll start bringing my weight down a bit. Do I think this card being convenient for the UK consumer will have an impact? Yeah, I think so. It's on BT Sport pay-per-view. It's nice to have a card that's on in our region at a good time, because, you know, I mean, I know all you hardcore are up at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm up on Twitter and on Instagram and stuff, watching the fights and all that. It can be a little exhausting. I mean, I'm kind of used to it now. Eating lamb for breakfast, I'm not. What else we got? We got Anik and DC on commentary this weekend, which will be a treat. And then I think I'm joining the Fight Disciples on TalkSport for the main and co-main event. So if you're not able to watch the fights live, and you can get an earpiece in if you're working doors or driving taxis or whatever, and you can listen, get on TalkSport, because we'll be commentating the main card on there. Fight Disciples will be taking the main show, and then I'll be jumping in for the last couple of fights. And I'll be wandering around taking photos as well. I appreciate all of you commenting and appreciating my photo of Khabib that I took on my old film camera a little while ago. I like to wander around every now and then when I've got an opportunity to. I've got an opportunity to take some photos backstage, and I'm not working the event. I like to bring an old film camera, Olympus OM10, same camera my dad used to use all the time. It's just a click in the beautiful sound that it makes. I like to carry that around and get a few photos. I have hundreds of photos which none of y'all have seen, which are some really, really interesting ones. I'm being called over to BT, but they can wait. They can wait. We've got an audience here already. You boys can kick it off. I'll be there with you in a second. We've got 3,000 people on here. Oh no, 4,000. Sorry. We'll compete. We'll see how good you. What's your numbers? Eh? How can we find Fight Talk? Fight Psyche. That's on the YouTube channel. Have a look on there. Get into the videos. There's loads and loads of stuff on there. Something else I'm going to put up when we get back as well, because I know some of you appreciated the nunchaku video that I was using the other day. I posted up the other day. We're going to post some like instructionals so you can get a set of the nice foam practice ones and start practicing.
There's a lot of people on, and for some reason I can't imagine any of you are following us on Instagram.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What, Raptors MMA?
Yeah. So and full Reptile. So if you do have Instagram in your hand, jump on over and follow Raptors MMA and full Reptile. You can follow full Reptile for all of our lifestyle stuff, all of our t-shirts. And if you want to get exclusive content for full Reptile YouTube channel, a lot of it ends up on Raptors a couple of hours before, so you can stay ahead of the game. So jump on over Instagram, Raptors MMA and full_Reptile.
Yeah, I'll let you take this and we'll jump on with these.
Cool.
These are the t-shirts in there for Boss Man. I just put them inside the case when you see them. All right.
My guy. Thank you.
Do you want to take this? Sit here.
Yeah.
Just there, man. Come and jump in.
Legend.
Yeah.
Awesome. Shall we just give it before you come over? Shall we give him a little tour of the room? This is Dan going over to BT Sport. Please don't go over there. Yeah, and then we are just giving you a little wiggle round. And there is the weigh-ins. Jamie's probably going to give us a little cheeky zoom in so you can see what it's going to look like. Oh, look at that. Thanks, Vicky. So that's where the UFC are streaming, where Jamie's got it, where that dude stood up on the podium. And I would give you a little tour of the food area, but it is literally just nachos, hummus and coffee. There's Hamo. Yeah, we're gonna have one more round trip. There's not Business Insider, Evening Standard, I think. Having a little tour. Then we'll come round, swinging round. Oi, oi. Look at this. So, I've actually got, when Jamie spins this around, in here is a gift for Dana White. You thought it might be a competition, didn't you? You thought it might be for you, but no. It's for Dana flipping White. And inside, ooh, Oi, oi, oi. Dana White's Mixed Martial Arts Tournament, yellow. Dana White Mixed Martial Arts Tournament, black. And a pair of socks. Will you look at that? Just going to pop that back in the bag. Hopefully Dana likes that. I'm actually just going to, when I see Lene, I'm going to speak to her about giving that to Mr. White. Oi, oi, there we go. What do you think of that? So we've nearly got 5k people tuning into us, right? And I am keen for you guys to come over and follow us on... Oh, bloody hell, that did work a little bit. 39. Fucking hell, that did work. Thank you guys for doing that. Got 50 new followers. We've got, to be honest, look. Focus on that if you can.
109876.
That is our Raptors MMA Instagram, where you can stay ahead of the game on full Reptile. We've only got 5,500 followers, so I know not many people here are following us, but jump on over and give us a follow, because it'll mean the world to us, and you get to stay a little bit ahead of the game as well, which is really cool. But yeah, did not expect to see. I thought
Thank you all for being here. We are going to get started with the official weigh-in for UFC 254, Khabib versus Gaethje. First fighter to the scale, the man around whom this card was built, the undisputed UFC lightweight champion,
Khabib
Nurmagomedov.
First on stage. Khabib is first. Look at this, everyone. You've seen it here first on full Reptile, whilst everyone else is scrambling. Khabib wants the towel. He's waiting for the towel. He must have been up for a long time. He looks relatively disheveled. And there is Khabib Nurmagomedov. And there is... He's sat down drinking now, doing something. Can't tell specifically what he's doing. But he has made weight. There we go. Well done, Khabib.
All right, next up in the light heavyweight division, smiling Sam Alvey.
So, Sam Alvey coming through now. Sam Alvey is fighting Da Un Jung in a light heavyweight 3-round bout to open the ESPN prelims. There he is, smiling Sam Alvey.
.206, the official weight for Sam Alvey.
206 for Sam Alvey. Official weight 206. Once again, Sam Alvey fights Da Un Jung I believe is how you pronounce it. These RT boys, man, they're gonna get the choke, I tell you what. Bumping their silly heads up in our frame. They've been robbing our spots where we've got our name on, it says, and they've just decided to sit there fuming. Absolutely fuming. Anyway. Amanda Maverick is entering now in the women's flyweight division. This is a 3-round bout with oh my god, I'm going to struggle again. There's a few pronunciations on here your boy's going to struggle with. And until I hear this one, I'm not sure how you... Liana, I think it's Liana Jojua.
126, the official weight for Miranda Maverick.
Thanks again for everybody that went over to Raptors MMA on Instagram and gave us a follow. We have shot up by 100 new followers. Thank you. So in the welterweight division, we now have Shavkat Rakhmonov. So this is the guy to look out for, apparently. I can hear Nick Pete saying. He's fighting Alex Oliveira, who we all know about Alex. Very good contender in the welterweight division.
171, the official weight for Shavkat Rakhmonov.
So we've got 171 for Shavkat fucking hell. Shavkat Rakhmonov. There we go, lads. Got it. I got it in the end. So he's fighting Alex Oliveira in a 3-round welterweight bout. Second fight on the ESPN prelims, so 4th fight of the night. Now remember, there's 2 fights that start this card that you can't see anywhere else other than Fight Pass. Oi, oi, here comes the Shuey man. The Shuey himself, old Tai Tuivasa. So Ty's favourite team, the Penrith Panthers, I believe they're called off the top of my head. They got through to the grand final, and Ty has been buzzing about that all week, buzzing. So if he can get his win,
265, the official weight for Tai Tuivasa.
265 for Tai Tuivasa. So as I was saying, his favourite team have gone through to the grand final. Now, if he wins, the next day is the sorry, I just saw a comment on the Instagram.
The co-main event here tomorrow night, the former undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world and now the #1 ranked contender, Robert Whitaker.
Robert Whitaker coming through now. The Reaper. Here he is, looking like an animal, to be fair. Jesus Christ.
186, the official weight for Robert Whitaker.
186 for Robert Whitaker. Again, as Nick Pete just said in the background, he's looking sharp, isn't he? He's refound his focus. He really needed that win over Darren Till, and now that's putting him in a great position here to fight Jared Cannonier, who Jared is no joke. No joke.
Back up for the main event and potentially makes his UFC debut here tomorrow night. Please welcome Michael Chandler.
Michael Chandler weighing in with no opponent. But he's here as a professional, weighing in on... There's a few fantastic stories out with Michael Chandler that I've seen at the moment. He's got an adopted son who there was a little feature about that I believe was on his Instagram. I saw it, but what a guy this guy is, man. Seems like the true professional. The UFC are going to love this guy. And Jesus Christ, man. Them thighs. You can literally see every muscle in his thigh. And his body.
155, the official weight for Michael Chandler.
155 for Michael Chandler. Fantastic. Fair play, Mr. Michael Chandler. Right, none of this Russian spam, mate. I'm already fuming at RT, so you're getting fucking removed.
All right, now back to the UFC's light heavyweight division, Da-Un Jung.
Da-Un Jung, who fights Sam Alvey in a 3-round light heavyweight bout, coming in now. Shut up, Gallagher's from Jersey. We ain't playing Among Us.
.206, the official weight for Da-Un Jung.
No one's being racist here. We're just saying that these Russian guys have stole our table without even asking. And then they stood up in front of our Khabib video. Now, doesn't matter where they're from. I don't know their names. I just know they're RT.
Making his UFC debut live on pay-per-view here tomorrow in the middleweight division, Vilhaaz.
And they have fumed me, gentlemen. Shouldn't be robbing people's tables, mate. There you go. Yeah, Khabib definitely looked a bit rough. But, you know, he's been out there doing his thing, man. And cutting weight is a tough, tough job. Very tough. But Khabib is an amazing, amazing athlete. Representing Dagestan and Russia. And I can't imagine what the celebrations are going to be like in Russia. It's going to be pretty cool to see. Last time we saw, well, Dana White posted a pretty cool video.
Next fighter to the scale, he'll be competing in a bout at a catch weight of 140 pounds, Casey Kenny.
Casey Kenny coming through. This guy's second fight on Fight Island. Come on now. There's only 2 people, I think, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, boys, but there's only 2 people that have done this on Fight Island, and Khamzat Chimaev is one of them, and the second one is Casey Kenny with the quick turnarounds.
140 on the nose, the official weight for Casey Kenny.
So Casey Kenny's fighting Nathaniel Wood. This is a catchweight bout. I don't know if you guys know this, but the Nathaniel Wood Casey Kenny bout is catchweight at 140 pounds. So we saw some amazing footage of Khabib Nurmagomedov. So as I said, we saw some amazing footage of Khabib Nurmagomedov. It was in Dagestan after his win after Dustin Poirier, and the streets just look fantastic. Look like an amazing place to go and celebrate his victory. So I imagine if he does this again, it's going to be something else.
139.5 pounds, the official weight for Sergey Morozov.
So, where are we?
All right, next up in the UFC's lightweight division, Joel Alvarez.
So, Joel Alvarez stepping in now. Joel Alvarez is the first fight on the UFC Fight Pass prelims. He's fighting Alexander Yakovlev. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And now I'm getting a fantastic massage from Gary from BT Sports. Now this is genuinely really nice massage. Wow, you're good at that, bro. Thank you. Damn, good massage. So I hope everyone's enjoying this stream. Appreciate everybody being here.
159 and a half, the official weight for Joel Alvarez.
So if you guys haven't gone through our YouTube channel during this event, please go through and check it out, because we've got some amazing interviews, amazing podcasts. We've got an interview with Hamzat Chimaev coming out that Dan Hardy's done. Now that's going to be a good one. We'll probably put that out after the fights, as it would make sense. Don't want it to get lost in all of the fight day content. No, we have not seen Justin Gaethje as of yet. I'm not sure. What the odds, lads? What are we saying? What do we think? What do we think with Justin Gaethje? Last guy to weigh in? Put your odds in. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, there's quite a fair few left. I think we've done about half the card so far, but what are we saying for Justin, boys and girls? Hello everybody. So we're just having a little break. I'll try and explain what's happening right now, because it's a unique show here on Fight Island, and it's all ran a little bit different to how it's usually ran. So I mean, for example, one of the first striking things that you'll find is very different is during the face-off. So once everyone's weighed in through that door, the face-offs will happen. Now, typically, if you're at the Apex or we're in a hotel in Vegas or wherever we are, you have the blue corner and the left corner. Oh, I'll carry on in a second.
The official weight for the UFC newcomer Jacob Malcoon.
Jacob Malcoon in the middleweight 3-round bout against Vilhaaz. God. I was also on the beach yesterday with Fight Disciples, and I was recording a skit for Nick Pete for BT Sports, and in the intro he called Khabib Nurmagomedov Khabib Nurmagomedov. It's hilarious. All these British guys, I tell you what, we are awful for our pronunciations, and it's not with any disrespect, it's just clumsiness. I'm dyslexic as well, so that's what I'm blaming mine on. But I'm really looking forward to, personally on this card, Magomed Ankalaev. Oh, somebody else. Okay. Yeah, to be fair, that MC cutting out's partially my fault because I was talking over him.
203 and a half, the official weight for Izzy Vilhaaz.
I'll get Dan to explain the catch weights when he sits down with us in a moment for whoever asks that. It is interesting. We are seeing a lot of guys come into Fight Island without any opponents weighing in, just in case people are falling out. But do you know what? I've been here for 4 fights.
He is the UFC's interim lightweight champion who chases undisputed greatness here tomorrow night, Justin Gaethje.
Here we are, Gaethje. Justin Gaethje is in the house. So Khabib Nurmagomedov was first. Nurmagomedov was first to weigh in. Now Justin is here.
155 championship weight for Justin Gaethje.
Look at that, championship weight for Justin Gaethje. This is going to be something else, guys. This really is. I can't believe we've actually made it this far. We've been here for 4 or 5 weeks now, and this has been the cherry on the cake for us. And there's been so many obstacles, so many challenges to get ahead of for this fight to make it to where it is. So we should all be really happy. Khabib Nurmagomedov is an absolute true professional. Justin Gaethje is also clearly a true professional. And I'm sure with the sad news that we heard of Khabib, that's only the driving force in everything that he's doing at the moment. And God, this is really going to be something special, and it's a privilege to be here. There's not many people that have the chance to be here and to be in that octagon, well, to be cage side. And yeah, it's going to be something else, man. It really is. This whole card is something else. I'll give you a rundown again of the whole card, what to expect. So the first 2 fights that we're looking at on Fight Pass, so you can't see this anywhere else unless you're a Fight Pass subscriber. So if you really are a UFC fan, head over to Fight Pass, get that subscription. It's only $7.99 in English pounds, which is something like $10-11 over there in the US. Worth it. Every single UFC fight is available on there with much more. Get out there and check it out because it is worth it. So the first fight will be Joel Alvarez against Alexandra Yakovlev. I think Hardy's coming over, so Trevor Whitman stepping in for BT Sport. And here's Dan. Oh no, it's not. Dan has bandages. I'm having flashbacks. Not really, obviously. So let's start this card off with Joel Alvarez. I think I've just mentioned that. Oh.
The main card opener live on pay-per-view in the light heavyweight division. The number 11 ranked 205 for Magomed Ankalaev.
Magomed Ankalaev coming through now. All of these fighters have got some really cool masks. They're very cool. Protect Fighters, I believe it's called. I think so, yeah. So someone was asking, can you explain the catch weight bouts? I couldn't do that, so I said I'd wait for you to get here.
Yeah, so we've got Casey Kenny taking on Nathaniel Wood. That fight was made 3 weeks ago because Casey Kenny was on the first Fight Island card that I worked, the one after UFC 253.
205 and a half, the official weight for
Alatin Haley. So
Goliath.
he's taken that on short notice, and Casey Kenny would have been fine stepping on the scales at 135, but obviously Nathaniel Wood taking it short notice, didn't know he was going to be fighting on this card, so he's asked for a 140 catch weight, which just gives him that £5 extra allowance that he would have been able to get off during a training camp for a bantamweight fight. The other one that doesn't make sense to me, though, is Joel Alvarez, first fight on the night. So his fight's at lightweight against Alexander Yakovlev, and he weighed in at 159. And I don't remember that one being talked about as a... oh, here we go. Let's see what Yakovlev weighs in at. Because if he comes in at 156, then there was no catch weight agreed, and that means Alvarez has missed weight by £3, and will have to give a decent portion of his purse to Yakovlev.
Will that be the first fighter to miss weight
Yeah.
on Fight Island return? I think it will.
On this card, certainly. We don't have any missed weight the last 3 events, have we?
No.
Yeah, it would be. The thing that was weird about it, though, is that he didn't seem too bothered. Like, he stepped on the scales, it was 159, he got off and he cracked on with his day. He's not gone back to try and cut any extra weight. Let's see what it says.
155 and a half, the official weight for Alexander Yakovlev.
So Yakovlev's weighing at 155, which means that 155 and a half, which means that Joel Alvarez has missed weight by £3, which is going to cost him. Well, it'll cost him 20% of his purse, but they need to do something else about this. They need to figure out a way of affecting the opportunity of the fighter instead of the purse. I think. Like, I don't mind a 20% deduction, but I won't mind a point deduction in the first round as well, because there's clearly an advantage. Oh, hang on, we've got Lilia Shakirova.
Making her debut here tomorrow live on pay-per-view, Lilia Shakirova.
Quite a high up place to make your debut, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Well, it was a short notice fight. It was supposed to be Cynthia Calvillo, and she stepped in at short notice. But I mean, she was sitting in the fighter interviews talking about fighting Valentina Shevchenko. Like, she's not looking at waiting around here. She's looking at getting a title shot quickly. She qualified for the Olympics and then got disqualified because she had a fight afterwards with her opponent and her whole team. She's a bit of a firecracker, this one. She's going to be an exciting one to watch. Tough fight for Lauren Murphy. And she's 8-1, but that one loss on her record. That one loss on her record, I didn't count it as a loss. I mean, it was a decision loss, but I felt like she pretty much dominated the fight. I'm going to watch it again tonight in case I got it wrong, but my first impression was that she won, and she was very surprised at the announcement of the result as well. So we've got to keep an eye on her. She could be 9-0 at this point. I mean, 8-1 is still very impressive, of course, but it doesn't really matter until we get to this stage and people start winning at UFC level.
I think everybody looks drained to a certain degree. SS. Might have to ask Trevor for a pair of his gloves. I want a pair.
You do, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to learn to punch first.
Yeah. Well, I can learn in them.
Sure.
I asked him yesterday in Media Day about them, and he's saying that Dana's interested in bringing them into the UFC.
Yeah. It'd be good. We need to do something about the gloves, because the ones that we've got at the moment, they're not ideal. They stretch your hand open, which is why we get so many eye pokes. Like the old Pride gloves have got a nice curve in them, and we didn't really get eye pokes as a problem in Pride.
Full Reptile are also creating some gloves, right?
Oh yeah, they're coming soon. I've just actually seen the new version of them that have been made. They're going to be arriving at my house in a few days. They look amazing, and nothing like anything you've ever seen before either. Trevor Whitman on this BT Sport feed ever. I'm gonna jump back in a minute.
He would make weight.
Trevor Whitman's gloves are made to order. He makes every single pair by hand to order.
He makes every pair by hand?
Pair by hand, which is why they're so expensive. So don't expect him to hand you a pair out of his
Right.
bag. He'll probably slap you across the face. If you
I
ask for
was
a free
never
pair.
have even asked him, to be fair. I was hoping you would.
No chance. I bought my pairs off him.
Oh, you?
Yeah, I
Oh,
purchased
okay,
mine. Support
right.
his company.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, the gloves are expensive, but they're
How-
handmade in his own workshop.
How
They're
much are they?
About $300 a pair, I think.
That's reasonable,
Yeah, they are
considering.
great. And they're designed to be molded to your hand as well. So you basically when you get the glove, you put a hairdryer in the wrist of it and heat the inside of the glove up, and then put your hand in and mold it to your fist. So you're not supposed to wear wraps with them.
Wow.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Got a few people watching. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah, thank you very much. I went onto Instagram to check. I didn't think that would work. When I asked everyone to follow us on Raptors MMA, it's just like.
Has it worked?
Well, I got 100 new followers, so thank you very much for that. Really appreciate that. It's one way to stay ahead of the game with full Reptile content. Behind the scenes stuff. I go live a lot of the time when Dan's doing war rooms, aftermaths, just for 10-15 minutes with some funny filters on. Just so you have to go to the real full Reptile place to watch it and intake it all seriously.
Oh, here we go. We've got somebody else. Oh, that's Jujua, yeah.
Jujua, yeah. Liana Jujua. I think he probably did think he knew he wasn't going to make weight C 2.0. Liana Jojua fighting Miranda Maverick. She is indeed. Whoever said that.
You know what? Putting this on makes me brush my teeth.
How you doing, brother? Trevor Whitman running around with a camera. Not sure what's going on there. We haven't seen Stefan Struve and Alex Oliveira from the prelims. We've got a bulk of the main card missing.
All right, next fighter to the scale, the other half of the co-main event live on pay-per-view, the Killer Gorilla, second-ranked middleweight contender, Jared Cannonier.
Thank you again for heading over to Raptors MMA on Instagram and giving us a follow for staying one step ahead on full Reptile content. As I have said a few times now, that is the place where everything goes first pretty much, and we've only got about 5,000 followers. Been going as long as the full Reptile YouTube channel. That's nearly about to peak at 100,000. So I know not many people are connected to that. So yeah, do head over to Raptors MMA on Instagram and give us a follow. Any questions, boys? Let us know. We'll try and get them answered for you. Thanks again for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Yeah, they'll be coming out soon. That's all I can say, Victor. We're in the final stages of development now. We've just spent a couple of months.
185, the official weight for Jared Cannonier.
185 for Jared Cannonier, holding his crystals. This guy's a really thought-provoking character. Very interesting dude. He's interested in UFOs, collective consciousness, crystals. I mean, I think that sets the tone really for Jared Cannonier, as well as being an amazing athlete. But what a guy. Anytime, Victor, mate. Thank you, Zach, for just following, bro. Appreciate that, mate. Most confident pick on the card. Damn. I'm not sure. Do you know what? This Magomed Ankalaev and Ion Cutelaba fight, that is going to be sick, because we've all seen what happened in the first fight. I mean, in my opinion, Cutelaba was playing possum and the referee called it off. That was a shame. But Cutelaba is just a fucking crazy dude, man. Crazy dude. He can get himself riled up, and I think he gets everybody else riled up. So I mean, that's going to be an exciting one, and it's going to be an exciting one to open up the main event. But in terms of 100% picks, man, I don't know if there is any. I really don't. I mean, if I'm going to do a little wager on the main card, I'm going to go Cutelaba, the new debutant Ilya Shakiriov. Then I'm probably going to go with Jacob Malcoon. Then I'm probably going to go with Walt Harris. Then Jared Cannonier. And I'm not even picking on the last one because I can't. I don't know. Alex Cowboy Oliveira stepping on the scale in a welterweight 3-round bout against Rakhmonov. Some decent tats on Cowboy from the left-hand side. I like him.
173, the official weight for Alex Cowboy Oliveira.
Oliveira is a beast. I'm not sure. I was talking. Was that 173? Don't know. Excuse, did you hear what Oliveira weighed in at? 173. 173. Second person to miss weight, that is. Cowboy Alex Oliveira at 173. Thank you guys for 1,738, yeah? Thank you guys. Went straight over my head, that one did, as I was chatting crap. I mean, he's still got an hour to go, so is he going to get rid of that extra 2 hours, or is he just going to take that penalty? I'm not sure. I mean, it doesn't look like he was too concerned, if I'm completely honest. Thank you for, look at this, guys. I appreciate that. That is Raptors MMA, where all of the full Reptile content ends up first. Or at least little trailers and previews and mentions that we're going live, reactions. behind the scenes content. There's tons of stuff on there at Raptors MMA on Instagram. So thank you very much for all the people that just went out there and did that. Legends, absolute legends. Right, let me have a look at these. Let me have a little look at these comments. Can you ask Dan if Jimmy Smith is coming back, as I saw him on ESPN? I will. I'll ask him. Is Dan interested in booking a fight for 2021? I'd say so, yeah. I think he is. But life seems to be plot twisting us with every corner, so who knows? Can you ask that? Yeah, I read that one. Is Full Reptile hiring? Not yet, but we plan to be the dominant force in mixed martial arts. We all want to become the best at what we do, and by doing that we will have to grow, and there will be opportunities for different people in different places. But the only way you can find that out is following Raptors MMA. So, yeah. My name's James AVW. Thank you for asking, mate. Would you conduct a would love to, can't even read that, PEG. Try that again and I'll give it another read. You got 6 do I? We got 6 posts. Pretty cool. So I do. Look at that. 6 posts. I'll make that 667 shortly. Here's some more of the merch. Full Reptile, baby. FRC, check that out. And for those of you that have recently joined, we've got a little tote bag here for Dana White. This is a little gift from everybody at Full Reptile to the man who's been the driving force of all our careers during this pandemic. So shout out to Dana White. What's inside, I hear you ask? Dana White's Mixed Martial Arts Tournament t-shirt, based off what? It's based off Enter the Dragon. And we also have him a yellow version of the Dana White's Mixed Martial Arts Tournament t-shirt, Fight Island COVID t-shirt. And lastly, in this goodie bag is a pair of Full Reptile socks for the big man himself. XXXXL. It's my duvet cover if he doesn't want it. Where are you going to watch the card? Full Reptile. That's right, John. What size is Dana's shirt? It's XXL. Hey man, you gotta show the respect to the people who rightly deserve it. Without Dana, I wouldn't be sat here. All these other people won't be sat here. So maybe I'm kissing ass, but I mean it. So it is what it is. Full Reptile is cool, even considering UFC signed with Venom. Where are you going to watch the card, Full Reptile? Here, I'm going to watch the card cage side, mate. Look out for a little bald dude in the background. Because that'll be me. Yeah, Dana is buff, man. He'll be popping out this t-shirt.
All right, next up in the UFC Women's Flyweight Division, she is excited to be making her pay-per-view debut tomorrow. The number 5 ranked contender, Lucky Lauren Murphy.
Lauren Murphy coming through for the women's flyweight 3-round bout against Ilya Shakirov. I was speaking to Lauren Murphy on Media Day, and interesting story for you. She got into mixed martial arts because she took her son to a jiu-jitsu lesson and decided to try out for the adult class. Ever since then, she's been addicted, and now she is fighting in the UFC, making a pay-per-view debut.
The official weight for Lauren Murphy.
Right. Tell timestamp for Gaethje. 1 second.
All right, next up in the UFC's heavyweight division, the number 7 ranked contender, Drago Alexander Volkov.
Just trying to find the Gaethje timestamp for whoever asked. Don't know, I can't see it. And I'm trying to do this as well, but I had a little skim where I could only see the thumbnail. Just I'll put it in after. Unless Jamie can find. Oh, there we are. Gaethje timestamp is 25 minutes ago. So 50 minutes, I think 50 minutes in is the Gaethje weigh-in, for those wondering. I'm not even sure if you can scroll back. There we are, laser death. Thank you very much, mate. I got there eventually. I have a massive shout out to make here as well. Massive shout out to, bear with me 1 second. So a massive shout out to Mike Pence's fly just flew on my head. Sorry about that. Massive shout out here to Michael Gilmore. He was in Joaquin Buckley's corner, but I happened to just casually mention about my mum's charity, Healing Little Hearts. Now, my mum basically flies out to places like India, Africa, third world countries, and performs heart surgery on children that otherwise couldn't afford it. That's what the charity does. And Michael heard this and he's reached out and he's asked to put the logo on his t-shirt, and just to try and bring awareness, and that's very, 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 very kind of him. So he'll be representing Healing Little Hearts during his walkout, which I just want to say a big thank you to from the bottom of my heart. My mum says a big thank you. Everybody with a heart, I'm sure, says thank you, Michael Gilmore. legend, my friend. Really appreciate that. Okay, Hassan, whatever. Doesn't negate the point. So, thank you again, Michael Gilmore. There he is. Michael Gilmore. Supporting Healing Little Hearts out of Joaquin Buckley's corner. So, big shout out. Big shout out. And, yeah. So, Healing Little Hearts, if anyone's interested. Don't want anything from you guys. But if you fancy giving them a little follow on social media or something, very cool indeed. But they're doing a great thing, really great thing. Yeah, so head over to Michael the Gentleman Gilmore Instagram and give him a thank you, give him a big thank you. You can find Healing Little Hearts on Facebook and Instagram, and they have a website which you can search as well, Healing Little Hearts. But yeah, that's enough on that. Big thank you to everybody anyway regarding that. It's truly really kind of everyone. Anyway, how is everyone? What's the Instagram? Alright, hang on one sec. I'll do one last thing on that. So I'm just getting the internet handle. There you go. I've just pinned it for anyone interested in having a read. But yeah, feel free to have a read. Give him a little like if you fancy. But yeah, I just wanted to make a personal shout out to Michael Gilmore. Out of the blue, giving me a message saying he wants to support, and super cool of him, really cool of him. My mum's overwhelmed, and that's great, really cool. Anyway, how is everyone? We all good? We enjoying the stream? What time is the main card in the UK? I think it's 7 p.m. My personal IG is James Mystery Linda. James Mistry. James Mystery. But go over and follow Raptors MMA if you're looking for a good Instagram. Yeah, I will. It's a good talking point. Patrick Spellman. I will do that indeed. I don't really know what to say on that at the moment, to be honest. I mean, it looks like a bit of a shit situation for Leon Edwards, but I woke up this morning seeing him and Khamzat Chimaev have been conversating about a fight. Now, Khamzat Chimaev might not be ranked as of yet, but he might as well be ranked in terms of having a stock price and a stock value. So Leon Edwards could be engaging in a fight with Khamzat Chimaev, which I'd really like to see. But in terms of being pulled out from the when's the face-off? It'll be straight after this. I think we've still got a few more people to come through. I'm just going to quickly pass you on to Jamie, who's going to tell you about his Jimmy Crute interview and break it down and give you a few insights of the chapters to expect.
Hello everyone. It's not Jimmy Crute, by the way. It was with his corner team, Sam Greco and Dan Kelly. Yesterday was John Crouch, who is in the corner of Jared Cannonier and Casey Kenny this weekend. Casey Kenny fighting again. Pretty quick turnaround. Someone else is coming to weigh in, I think. Yeah, someone is here. Give me 1 second, guys.
10 ranked heavyweight in the world. He is the big ticket, Walt Harris.
So Walt Harris is just weighing in now, guys. Looking forward to this fight. He's fighting Alexander Volkov. It should be a good fight.
254.
And Walt Harris weighs in at 254. This is going to be a great fight against Alexander Volkov. Looking forward to this one. And that is just before the co-main event this Saturday. So looking forward to that one. That's going to be a great fight, I think. I'm expecting a knockout in that one. So yeah, as I was saying, we started a new series on the Full Reptile YouTube channel, where I'm talking with some of the best coaches, best corner teams. Yesterday I had the opportunity to talk with John Crouch, who is in the corner of Casey Kenny and Jared Cannonier this weekend. Great conversation, talking about his time cornering Benson Henderson. We talked a little bit about jiu-jitsu, and of course some of the guys he's got at the MMA lab at the minute, including Casey Kenny and Kyler Phillips, who had a really good victory as well a couple of weeks ago. There's also Sam Greco and Dan Kelly. That's the episode before. That was a great chat as well. They obviously were with Jimmy Crute, who had a fantastic knockout against Modestus last weekend. But I hope you guys are enjoying all the content. We're trying our hardest to get as much out as possible whilst we're over here and talk to as many people as possible. With James doing his Fight Psyche series and me doing Coach's Corner. And I think later on today I'm meeting with Brad Pickett, and we're going to have a sit down and have a chat, so I'm looking forward to that one as well. Yes, that is why Ben Henderson is there, Young Wells. He's with John Crouch in the corner of Casey Kenny. Well, I'm not sure if he's in the corner, but he's here with that team. All those guys from the MMA lab. Let's see who. think we've still got a few people left to weigh in. Cutelaba hasn't weighed in yet. But I think the rest of the main card has weighed in. Just Cutelaba left on that. I'm going to hand you back over.
Owen's gone nowhere. Owen will be back. Owen has a lovely wife and children to be looking after at the moment during this challenging time. So Owen's doing his thing. It's 10 a.m. here on Fight Island. Yaz Island, Fight Island. Hey, no, that remix is wank. I would smack you bald, haha. Let me just show that comment. Still fancy a visit to Brazil with Claudio? Yes, I do fancy a visit to Brazil with Claudio. Going to visit the favelas. I'm not sure I want to be murdered though, and it does sound like he has witnessed more murders than a normal person should ever have to witness. So, what are the odds I get murdered? Quite high, I'd imagine. Old Stroovy Woovy hasn't weighed in yet. I'm just staring at the door at the moment. So, the way it works is the fighters are all staying at the hotel called the W. The media, the cutmen, the referees, the judges, we are all in a different hotel. So, as they weigh in, the people that are ready first will come queue up downstairs in the W Hotel. These fighters then get a coach here to the Flash Forum, which is about 2 minutes away. Stefan Struve is standing outside the door right now. And what I was saying is there's a few buses that come through. And I think all the buses have arrived.
Fighter to the scale, the skyscraper, Stefan Struve. $265, the official weight for Stefan Struve.
265 for the 7-foot Stefan Struve, who fights a 3-round heavyweight bout with Tai Tuivasa. Now, I think we all know Tai, we all like Tai, and we are all aware that Tai is on a three-fight losing streak. So this is a must-win fight for Tai Tuivasa. Tai Tuivasa has been training at AKA with the likes of Khabib Nurmagomedov, Daniel Cormier. It's a good gym. And I've been watching a lot of I Am Bay, which is the AKA YouTube channel. I don't know if you guys have actually seen that or know about it. It's got a lot of views, so I imagine you probably do. Basically, there's just like 20-minute little videos from inside their gym. And it's just DC and Khabib, Islam Makhachev, and all of them boys from Eagles MMA who are training over here in America, over there in America. It's called I Am Bay. Just search that in YouTube, but there's just hours of funny content on there. So yeah, it's pretty good, man. It is pretty good. I forgot where I was going with what I was saying though. Oh yeah, that's right. Ty Tuivasa is in a few episodes, and Ty's gone to AKA to work on his wrestling. So Daniel Cormier was telling us yesterday that they've just been taking him down and taking him down and taking him down and taking him down. He gets up, he gets down. He gets up, he gets taken down. So they've been putting Tai Tuivasa in really unfamiliar circumstances, which is why he went over to AKA in the first place, and he was there when the pandemic struck. So he hasn't actually been able to be there since March, but he's still been there and he's still been doing his thing. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see what's going on there. Jose in the house, dog. How you doing, bro? Talk to me.
Weigh-ins are flying. The amount of replacement fighters that I weren't aware weighing in is astronomical. Like, we knew about Michael Chandler, but we didn't know about the other guys. So,
who were the other guys?
I can't even remember. Some of them are here because they're training partners. Like, I believe also one of them was supposed to fight Umar Nurmagomedov before Umar fell out, so he weighed in just in case. And then I believe one of Rob Whitaker's training partners weighed in for a middleweight fight because they were just happened to be on the island. So it's a weird time, man. Like, Casey, our producer, does like a graphic where all the weigh-ins. He's like, I give up. I can't. I'm not even trying to spell these names. It's pretty unbelievable.
Yeah. What's the most interesting fight? I was just telling everybody about.
Oh, it's 100% Nathaniel with Casey Kenny. Casey Kenny is from Arizona, and for a while, Justin Gaethje was the man to come out of Arizona. He was like the hot prospect, and then he made World Series of Fighting in the UFC, and then Casey Kenny kind of became that after him. So they're not similar in their styles of fighting, but Casey Kenny was like a big deal where I'm from. Just like Justin Gaethje left, and Casey Kenny came right in and took the crown. It was like, 100%. So it was only a matter of time before he got to the UFC, and then Nathaniel Wood from your neck of the woods absolutely rules. And with that, I think we might get a win. So I'm gonna leave you guys. Good luck,
Sound lovely to see you, Jose.
At a catch weight of 140 pounds, Nathaniel Wood.
So at a catch weight of 140 pounds, we have England's very own Nathaniel the Prospect Wood. And we all know who's in his corner. Another British legend of mixed martial arts. Brad One Punch Pickett. So a good brain in his corner there, fighting Casey Kenny. This guy, I chatting next breeze, bro. And I am gonna hide this user from our channel and put him in a timeout. See ya. Yep, there is lots of liquid around electronics, but this is the world that we live in. Ain't he, Frank? Thank you, Victor. Appreciate it, mate. I'm just trying to think if there's anybody else on here that I can fill you in a little bit about. I tell you what, I was swimming the other day in the sea, and I don't know if you've seen, there's a little square that you can swim out to, and it's almost like a little boat. So on the beach, you can like swim out to this area, chill on that jump in, dive in. And I was like falling asleep on there, and then Jared Cannonier jumped on board. So I ended up speaking to Jared for a little bit on there. This is one of the cool things about Fight Island, especially if you're a fight fan. You can just be in your own world, doing your own thing, and you sit down or you take a nap and you wake up and you're next to Khabib. It's just like, whoa, this is crazy. Because obviously there's no public here. It is literally just UFC. So as a UFC fan, which I am obviously, this is just Disneyland for me. Every like corner that you take, it's just like, oh shit, there's Alex Oliveira, or oh shit, there's Khabib. Shit, DC's wrestling Khabib in the hallway. Khamzat Chimaev's wrestling DC. I mean, I saw all of that. You've probably seen that video of DC wrestling with Khamzat Chimaev. I was literally eating dinner watching that just happening right next to me. I didn't even know if I could film it, but otherwise I would have, but I just felt stupid sat there eating my dinner with a camera phone, like filming them boys, but it looked like somebody else did anyway, but kind of wish I did do that now. I think they would have been okay with it as well, but that's another thing that you have to consider is like, I'm in the fighter hotel and I'm media, and the media have their own hotel, so sometimes you just got to be a little bit aware of stuff because you can get told off, and especially as we can get told off because we're raptors and we're crawling in every possible corridor looking for something. So thank you, Pete. I appreciate it, mate. And them Nelk boys, do you guys know who they are? Which fighter is intimidating? I don't find any fighters intimidating. I found some rude before. Thank you, Kristen Toda. This dude is fucking weird. That's a compliment, mate. Appreciate that. I tell you that to my grave. I'll be happy with that on my gravestone, mate. So, if you ever get a chance to find my gravestone, feel free to write that. I know the Nelk boys are there. Yeah, the Nelk boys are there. It's mad because, well, it's not mad, but it's funny in a sense because we're in Abu Dhabi, the state of tolerance, and we've been told from PR, from everybody that works at the UFC, that we need to be on our best behavior. Yes, you can have a drink, but don't get pissed too much and don't do stupid things. 10 minutes later, they're flying out the Nelk boys who are in Abu Dhabi, like pretending to drown. That was one thing. We were on the beach. So we were on the beach in Fight Island, and some guys were jet skiing, and it was me, Walt Harris, a few other people were in the sea, and some guy fell off the jet ski, and we could just see a little head bopping up and down, and then after about 5 minutes he wasn't moving anywhere. It was like he couldn't swim. We just heard help, help, like shouting from the sea. And at the time we didn't know it was the Nelk boys, but they were just pretending to drown out the coast of flipping Abu Dhabi. Walt Harris nearly ended up swimming over to them to try and save them. It was pretty wild, to be honest. So yeah, a bit of a switch up in what the UFC were looking for. So everyone needs to be on their best behavior, except for the Nelk boys. So the only fighter that we're waiting for now is Ion Cutelaba. So Ion Cutelaba has fought Magomed Ankalaev already, right? And if you don't remember, at the start of that fight, he just walked straight before the fight even started. He just walked across the octagon, walked into Magomed Ankalaev, and just pushed him up against the cage without pushing him, but just walked through him essentially. Then 5 20 seconds into the fight, he was playing possum, pretending to be hurt, like pretending to be rocked so that he could throw a right hand. But the ref fell for it. Yeah, they are, Frank. But the ref fell for it and stopped the fight. I mean, we've seen a few fighters play possum before. If you want to go see that in a little bit more detail, Dan did a breakdown on the Magomed Ankalaev and Iron Cutelaba fight, and spoke about playing possum and gave other examples of fighters playing possum. And there's some funny examples in there. There really is. There's some good examples in there. It's very funny. So I mean, I doubt we'll see Iron Cutelaba play possum again in this fight, but this should be a really good one. Yes, there's a face-off. As soon as Iron Cutelaba weighs in, that's it. Weigh-ins will be complete and we'll be setting up for face-offs. I won't be setting up for face-offs. I'll stay here chatting to you guys, but the UFC will set up for face-offs, and by setting up for face-offs, they just remove the scale. And something interesting here about the face-offs, which we haven't seen anywhere else other than Fight Island, is that everybody is stood next to each other behind that door. Typically, you have red corner on the left, all queued up, waiting to come out. Blue corner on the right, all queued up, waiting to come out. Then both fighters come up the stage and they meet in the middle like that. Now that's obviously to stop any fights, any tension, any whatever. But this time, they're both coming out the same door, which is interesting. I'd like to be stood behind that door, having a little listen and watch to see the tension in there. So I imagine there's some tension. I'm not sure which stare-off is going to be the most intense, but I'm gonna put my money on Ankalaev and Cutelaba being the most intense face-off. Thank you, Trent. That means a lot, brother. Let me just put that fucking plonker in timeout. There we go. Everybody acting like a dick will be put in a timeout. And I don't care if you leave or you unsubscribe. Right next to us, we've got BT Sport doing their thing. And in the BT Sport crew is Nick P, Dan Hardy, and Adam. Jamie, don't do that. Don't pretending he wasn't. Do you train BJJ or anything? Yes. Not a lot, but yes. Why did I mention Khabib as Russian? Mr. Bold Guy, put me in timeout / tail down. Nah, you're alright, Michael.
Finishing the main card, finishing the main event, trying
So should we watch some beheadings as well, Mourinho? Literally doesn't make any sense. Hello from Los Angeles. What's up? West Side player. Wagwan bled. I'm looking outside that door every time that door opens and the sun is shining. Oof. Do you know what I'm doing after this? I am going to the beach. I'm going to top up this tan before I fly back on Sunday. You'll go in timeout if you say, you know what, none of these comments deserve timeout. They're quite funny. I'm cool with this. Hello from Hawaii. What's up, man? Damn. Where is everyone watching from? I'm interested now. We've got Hawaii, Africa. Wow. Hawaii, Africa, America. Is anybody in England waking up on their way to work? Or talk to me. Do you like the weather? Mate, I love the weather. I love the weather. I love the sea and I love the weather. Oh my god. Wow. Very cool. Just reading all of these comments coming through. Delhi, India. Wow. Shout out to India. Wow. Damn. Utah, Canada, Greece, Pakistan. Jesus Christ. Did not know we were, Jesus Christ. New York, Chicago, Philippines, Mexico, El Paso, Pakistan, New Delhi, Compton. Yeah. Chicago, Pakistan, Pittsburgh, Toronto, Brum, Sydney, Compton, San Diego. Oh man. I can't wait to come over to America. I am dying to get over to the west side of America ASAP. Vegas, Los Angeles, San Diego, San Francisco, that whole area. Oh my, I miss it so much. And the fact I can't get over there at the moment, every day I wake up, pinches a little bit of my existence. It's very cool to see everybody writing in where they're from. This is pretty crazy, to be honest. We are worldwide right now. Worldwide, baby. Houston, Texas, Sweden, the moon. That's a place I want to go. Huh? That's who? Oh, have we? Yeah. We had like 6K at one point. Yeah. Brilliant. Apparently our stream's doing really well. So thank you everyone. I've just been asking everybody about where everyone's watching our stream from, and it's going pretty worldwide, man. We've got a lot of people jumping down. Yeah. Finland, Africa, India, some Singapore, some Malaysia, some Bangladesh. We got Oscar here from Matt Live. How you doing,
up,
bro?
Folks? I'm good, mate. Good day. Good day so far.
What do you make of the card? Well, what do you make of the weigh-in so far?
Well, Khabib came out, used the towel, but he weighed in first, so that's a good sign. We'll say I think the scales are like boom done, boom done, boom done, but that's such is the way. It's been good, man. Views are fucking off the chain, starting to finally feel like it's a real big fight.
Yeah.
You know, I think because it didn't have the rivalry that Izzy and Paulo did, maybe it's sort of been lying low a bit, but now the fight's here, I can just feel
That's
like
good, man. That's good. That's very good.
amazing.
Lovely to see you as always, Oscar. Sexy boy Oscar, he is. Handsome man. North Korea. Come on, Rob. There's no one in North Korea called Rob Max. I didn't see any of it.
I'm gonna like control pace 100 times. I want to looking over like trying to get a reaction.
What's the temperature there? Hot. It's humid hot as well. Where in the UK are we from? Yeah, Nottingham, Leicester, the Midlands, basically.
Genuinely know, last night I woke up at 1 a.m. with from a nightmare that the Peter Lava had tested positive for COVID and I'd shaken his hand the day before.
Really?
It took me ages to work out it was just a dream.
I've had a few like that.
And I was like,
I've had a
a tickly throat as well.
I woke up with a not a nightmare, but a weird dream, and I couldn't get back to sleep. After about 3 a.m. I didn't sleep.
Tajikistan. Raptors on the prowl indeed. Are you watching the fight live? Yeah, we'll be cage side. So look out for a little bald head in the background.
A red beacon.
Yeah, a little bald head with a black mask. So you literally just see eyes and a bald head. But I'll be in the background watching. Say Ingleside, please. Ingleside, Texas. What's up? Bangladesh. Wow. Thanks again. Thank you, Bold Man. My pleasure. My pleasure. Bold Man enjoys speaking to his bold fans. Draw airbender tattoos. Where are you, mate? Were you a mate of Dan's before this job? No, I was not a mate of Dan's before this job. I was a fan of Dan before this job. Do you know, if you want to see something wild, my first ever UFC event was UFC 204. I was in Manchester and it was Bisping versus Henderson. I actually, after the weigh-ins, they did a live Q&A with Dan, and if you actually go to that, so it's the Q&A with Dan Hardy after the weigh-ins on UFC 204. I'm in the crowd and I actually asked Dan a question. I did not know, obviously I didn't know the future, but that's a real trippy moment to see now, especially where I am. So yeah, it's a pretty cool moment. I appreciate you anyway. Bold or no bold. Nah. I never worked in a restaurant. I tried to set up my own company. I did that for like 3 years. Social media stuff, videos, making MMA videos for MMA fighters and things like that. And then Dan just caught wind, and then I just established myself with some passion, hard work, motivation, a lot of drive, and we just created, well, we didn't create, I joined for Reptile and became a co-owner, which is very cool. I can't take being serious. Oh.
Just in case you're wondering why I was here, literally not moving in a room amongst a lot of the world's media, and we're just waiting for one fight, so we're waiting for Walt Harris to arrive. I've not seen him, I don't even know if he's on the island. Maybe he's waiting by Zoom.
Thank you very much.
But everybody else has absolutely come in and hit the scales at some point. Only two people missing weight, Joel
Thank you very much, guys. I can't believe how many people are so worldwide here. It's pretty crazy. No, I don't shave it every day. Maybe about 2 or 3 days. So we're waiting on Ion Cutelaba here. There's plenty of time for him to do that. We're literally just waiting on Ion Cutelaba. Ion's fighting Magomed Ankalaev in a light heavyweight bout, which should be really good. Webster Gutierrez. I know that name. You were very happy I said your name last time here on Fight Island. So I'll do that again for you, my friend. 3 times your name has been said on this land now, Mr. Gutierrez. But what do I make of that fight? I mean, I did mention earlier that is going to be a really good fight. Magomed Ankalaev, Ion Cutelaba. Dan actually did a really good breakdown on that, looking at how Ion Cutelaba played possum with Magomed Ankalaev, and he gave other examples as well where other fighters have played possum. We've seen one guy, slightly a little bit off topic, but do you remember that guy that got, I can't remember his name, but we covered it in the breakdown. He took a body shot and he just went down and he's just crouching down like this, and his opponent came to rush him, and as he rushed him he just threw an overhand and knocked him out. Really good. That was really good. Eat a nacho for us. I can't do that. I just got told off for doing that, so I'm not eating any more nachos. This boldness is too much. Alright, Justin, see you later, bro. I'm not sure how long Ion's going to take here, but he's killing us. Thank you, Bam. Your producer doesn't know your audience. Eat the chips. I cannot eat the chips. Have you guys ever heard of misophonia? Good man, good man. No, Sharp Money. You ain't been kicked from the chat, brother. They are... The whole chat is asking for me to eat chips. I cannot do it because my producer has misophonia, which means the sound of people eating destroys your soul. I can't. Honestly, I can't. You should all, if you want me to eat them, you need to message Dan Hardy and say, we want you to eat the chips. So misophonia is literally like, you know when you hear people eating and it just... So I just got told off for doing that in the mic. When he sits down, you'll just have to say, "Eat the chips." When he comes down and sits down on the mic, you just have to say, "Let you." That's the only time I'll be able to eat them. So you'll have to do that if you want me to eat some chips. Thank you, everyone. Here we go.
The official weight for the Hulk, Mma Debut.
205. Bang on for Iron Cutelaba. Either chips go or weigh in. Well, when Dan sits down, it just better be chip comments. That's all I want to see when he sits down. So we have done it. The weigh-ins are complete. Now we just have the face-offs. So everybody is going to be turning around the stage now, and Dana White will be entering the building shortly. So yeah, Dana will be coming in any minute, and we'll have these fighters facing off. So here we go. But Dan's just doing the BT. He's literally just there doing BT. I think I must have been eating them loudly because he came over. So. Here we go. the scales are still on the stage, which means they are not ready. Thank you, BEs. Yep, I remember you, Source. Oh, when Dan gets back, he can say that, Webster. He'll sit here and he'll read these comments as well. Where are the Nelk boys? A free holiday, this, innit? Probably by the beach. Offer some chips to Dana. I am not damaged to. What's up to my subscribers? That's not true, Frank. I've been speaking to you during this chat anyway, bro. Chipgate. I'm good, thanks, Source. I'm real good. I'm just anticipating these face-offs now. Obviously, we've been streaming here for like 2 hours and 10 minutes. And I'm hungry. It's the first one, be easy. It's the first one, MISTRY. Eat the chips. I can't eat the chips. I'm not allowed to eat the chips. There is a lot of comments. Okay, the scale is going to be dismantled now, I believe. But Dan, this is, yeah, it's alright, Jamie. Sorry, you can just put it back round, mate. Well, John, if you saw his face, you wouldn't be eating them either. Chipgate 2020. Misophonia, guys. Google it. It's basically the sound of people eating drives you insane. And I must have been crunching them chips and I just got told off. So I'm not doing that again. Yes, it is Jamie from Joe Rogan's podcast. So, everyone's getting ready for the face-offs now. There's no way I'm doing that. Jamie does have COVID, doesn't he? I saw that post actually. There's a lot of people with COVID at the moment. That's what I did, Keith, with the one that was in my mouth when I got told off. It's just like... just letting it sog in my mouth. And then I had to swallow it because I didn't even dare chew it. I swallowed a soggy Dorito. Out of fear. Chip vid 19. James the chip man, eat the chips. I hope Jamie is okay though. Football team from the UK. Manchester United. Leicester City is my hometown, but I made that decision when I was young and impressionable, so I kind of got to stick to my roots there. What are your plans to revenge? I already got revenge on Mark Goddard. I poked him by accident and his eye was bleeding. It was a deep eye poke. I actually felt really, really bad about that. He was literally bleeding from the eye, which was quite scary to see. James Chipstream. That's a good one, that. I think Dan's coming over, so chip comments away. Yes. Is he recording you right now? Nope. Joe said James.
How are we doing?
All good.
Did you deafen everybody? Were you crunching?
And everyone's been telling me to eat the chip. It's literally Chipstream 20. Like, it's just been...
Mark Goddard's on the other end, just punching his laptop. I was watching. I could see the chip lingering with the cheese sauce on it, and I'm watching the mic, and I'm like, well, I just want him to go, move the mic away and eat the chip, and I'm like, he's not gonna do it, is he? And it like echoed around my head. It's called my misophonia.
I did. I told
Makes me
everyone.
very angry.
I told everyone.
Makes me furious. Makes me sweat.
I was like, I've
Can't help it.
just ruined Dan's day.
No. I'm just thinking there's going to be some people listening with headphones on.
No, everyone was like literally. This has been the comments like.
Yeah, I got a serious problem with crunching. It's like it's my thing. I can't. Yeah, I'm terrible with it.
James Chipstream.
So what's everybody thinking about Khabib first one on the scales, but with a towel? I'm interested to see what people think of that.
There's someone I had some questions that people had asked to ask you, but I've completely forgot.
Chipgate.
Yeah, I know. I was laughing.
That's a Raptor T-shirt.
Yeah, it is Chipgate.
Yeah, I was just chatting with the BT guys about it. See, what my thought is, because he would have stepped on 2 sets of scales before he arrived here. So he would have cut weight at the hotel, he would have stepped on scales at the hotel. And my thought is, and I'm just imagining, he stepped on the scales at the hotel at 154.8, 154.9. He's like, right, I'm on weight, I'm on championship weight, I'll head to the arena. Then he arrives at the arena, they check his weight backstage, and he steps on a different set of scales, and he's 155.2. And I'm just this is me speculating.
Yeah.
This is me. I'm trying to create a scenario in which he has that relief on his face without him expecting to have missed weight himself. Because I don't think Khabib would have left the hotel if he expected to not been on weight, especially given the fact he was the first one on the scales. You have to remember that they step on 2 sets of scales before they arrive at the official ones. So my first thought is that it was probably a concern that there was a difference in the 2 sets of scales. So when he stepped on the official ones, he grabbed the towel just to make sure he was under.
Yeah.
That's my thought.
Makes sense.
I'm still confused as to what happened with Alvarez and
Joel Alvarez and
Oliveira as well. They both missed weight, didn't they?
Yes.
Oliveira was over by
yeah.
2 pounds. But Joel Alvarez, I mean, they both had time to get off the scales and go.
They
and try
still
and
had
get
an
the rest
out,
of that
yeah,
weight.
didn't?
Yeah.
They just not done it.
Food nut. I am a food nut, so I'm just no good at listening to people chew. It's my pet hate.
Smell the mic.
Jimmy Smith, is Jimmy Smith coming back to the? I don't know. I know Jimmy Smith's working for ESPN now. Jimmy Smith's an excellent commentator. I enjoyed working with him. He was working for.
That was
Sirius
the
XM.
question. Yeah, nice
that?
one. Whoever
The
this
Jimmy
is.
Smith one.
Yeah.
I hope that I hope he gets back at some point. I think Jimmy Smith's excellent, and I mean the thing is, I watch a lot of fights outside the UFC. For all the good commentators out there, there are 10 terrible ones. Jimmy Smith's an excellent commentator. TJ DeSantis, another one of my favourites. I hope we get Jimmy Smith back at some point. I don't make those decisions, and I'm not sure who does. But what we've got now is we've got a lot of fighters coming, like coming out of the octagon and doing desk work. Like we've had, obviously we've had Michael Chiesa, we've had Angela Hill doing stuff recently. I believe that we've got Walt Harris coming up on a card very soon. He's going to be working the desk at some point.
He's got good personality.
Grabbing that water from the TV stand, mate.
He's got a good personality
on the TV stand. Nice one. Yeah, Walt will be great. The only problem is he's massive in comparison to everybody else. Nice one. They get him standing next to Megan Olivier and Angela Hill.
Megan will have to stand on some books.
Stand on a crate or something, yeah.
We've got Khamzat Chimaev interview coming out after the fights.
Yeah, we have. Well, I posted a picture. Was it yesterday or last? I think I posted it last night or this morning.
Twitter.
Twitter on Instagram of the two of us. So I did an interview with UFC, but it's UFC on Facebook Live. I struggle to find it as well. I'm not exactly sure why it's so difficult to find. If I can find a link, I'll send it to you. But we're going to put it up on our channel as well. We're all over this shit. So, we're going to get that interview up.
Yeah,
it was
so
a fascinating one.
don't even bother looking for it.
Yeah, it was a really interesting one. And I think today, John Gooden and I are going to do it Inside the Octagon Extra live from 2 p.m. local time. So look out for that. I would imagine that'll be on the UFC YouTube channel. Yeah.
And Borat as well.
Oh, Borat. I can't wait to watch it. I might watch it tonight.
I'm going to save it.
Oh, yeah. I might have to watch it tonight.
I'm not going to have nothing to do and just save it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get home and just be like...
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be good. What's everyone else saying? Oh, yeah, we've just been discussing this on the BT feed. Leon being removed from the rankings. What do you think to that?
Thank you, The Source. Appreciate that, mate. Leon being removed to the rank. Yeah. I was saying that's not... I didn't really know what to say about that, but I woke up this morning and saw Khamzat Chimaev and him have been discussing a fight. And obviously, Khamzat isn't in the rankings, but his stock is fucking high.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just as good, really. You get a fight with Khamzat and you win. You're back in the top 3, like in the public's mind, anyway.
Well, I see it in the public's mind, absolutely. The issue that he's had is that he's been inactive and he's turned some fights down from what the UFC are saying. So it's a difficult situation. 15 months inactive,
and he was 4 days away from fighting Tyrone Woodley.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a bummer as well.
No, I was looking forward to that. I was supposed to be Octagon side for it, but then to be honest,
he hasn't helped himself in some ways.
No, there's been some opportunities for there's been some opportunities for him to take fights. Obviously, when Gilbert Burns stepped up to fight for the welterweight title, that was Leon's opportunity there. And you know, I know you want to step into a title fight and you know, have a great training camp, be fully prepared. The truth is, no one's getting a proper training camp at the moment. Everyone's kind of working with what they've got, so you kind of just have to sometimes work with what you have.
UFC seems to reward you for crawling over glass to get over to a fight as well. Do you know what I mean?
They want to see you. They want to see you want it.
Yeah.
They want to see you want it. You remember the old Dana White saying on The Ultimate Fighter, "You want to be a fucking fighter."
Yeah.
Like they want you to show that you want the opportunity.
Yep. And there's been times where Leon's been given an opportunity, and if that was me, I would have been on that flight that was 2 hours away and not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But different people with different priorities, and it is what it is. But
it's unfortunate because he did so much work to get to that situation.
Yeah.
And now he's just. I mean, he's fallen out the rankings, and I don't know how much it would take him to get back into the rankings, especially to get back to his place. Because most people aren't going to want to fight him.
No.
Most people aren't going to want to fight him.
I mean, like you say, I think the only option for him to get back up there now is just to take Hamzat on a short notice, like get that done ASAP.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, Bilal Muhammad's just been added to the top 15, given the fact that Leon's been moved out. That'd be my first call out if I was him. I'd go for Bilal Muhammad. I'd call out maybe Vicente Luque. I'd call out Santiago Ponzinibbio, who's also been out for a while.
I still think you could get a Wonderboy fight. I think Wonderboy's the type of character to allow that and be like, come on, let's do it.
Yeah. I don't think he's too worried about the rankings, Wonderboy.
No.
Yeah.
That's a tough fight for him, though.
We got face-offs, haven't we?
Yeah.
5 minutes. I might go and grab a quick coffee.
Yeah. When the face-offs are on, I'm gonna go hop over there to give this gift bag to Dana.
Oh yeah.
So I was just talking to Lene. She said he's gonna come through there, and then we're gonna take him out that door. So if you wait around that corner and make eye contact with me at the end, I'll make sure it happens. So I'll do that.
I'll just leave it to it, mate. I'll just leave it to it. He's your best mate now.
It's not. Not yet.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day. I doubt he'll even fucking recognise me.
Middleweight. I'm 50 pounds over middleweight right now. It's literally 200 pounds ago this morning. I thought 3 hours on the bike could take some weight off. I'm slimming down.
Yeah, my legs haven't done anything. Not that I expected anything to happen, but I thought they would like be aching or something.
It has got to the stage where I'm starting to wonder whether the scales in the hotel are broke.
Chandler declined.
You watch, I'll get on the scales when I get back and I'm at 185. I'm like, I was wondering what was going on.
Chandler was never explicitly offered Islam.
Who's playing bigger? That's another thing that bugs me.
These guys bug me.
Why? Who are they?
RT.
RT. Oh, the German channel.
No, Russian.
Oh, they're Russian.
But we got here and that's Jamie's seat. We just assumed there wasn't a seat for Jamie. So I was like, oh, you have to come here then. They literally just went, saw our seat, sat in it, set up there, didn't ask us, didn't do anything. And when the Khabib thing comes on, they all stood up and like got in the way. I was just like,
you spoke to him?
I was fuming. Yeah. I told Vicky, and Vicky's told him off. But we don't even want to sit there. I mean, to be honest, we would have sat there. That's a more ideal space. But I just wanted a spare chair. But I was just like, do you know where Jamie's desk is? And they were like, yeah, it's over there. And they were like, oh, the Russian guys have set up there. It's like, yeah, but like, at least just ask us, right?
Start throwing down.
RTVFR. I don't know.
These two here?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll be having words with them.
I'm not impressed.
Always looking for a scrap.
Yeah. I wasn't happy earlier.
Is your name on that desk?
They didn't ask or do anything, did they? We just came in and assumed you didn't have a desk.
Well, make sure you're here early tomorrow. Yeah, innit? Just make sure
Yeah.
you're here early tomorrow.
On fight night. Well, no, I kind of hope they are there. I want to be like, get them.
Yeah, just split the table up. Yeah. I'm gonna go grab a coffee before this face-off starts.
Yeah. I'll have a latte, please.
Latte.
Yeah. Do you want to take over? I need a piss. I need a toilet.
How's everyone doing? Can't put nachos in there. Doritos versus Cheetos. Oh, I'm gonna have to say Cheetos on that one, to be honest. The flaming hot ones, crunchy ones. Can't really get them in the UK, but they are great. How's everyone doing anyway? What did you guys think to the weigh-ins, and what fights are you looking forward to? I can't eat the nachos. I'm not this early in the morning. I'm more of a fruit person in the morning. No, it's not Jamie from JRE. Jamie from Full Reptile. Yeah, Cannoneer looks good. I think that's going to be a great fight. I like Cannoneer. He's a cool dude. Interesting dude, but very, very cool dude. The face-offs are coming up shortly. Actually, I think they might be starting them now. It is 11 o'clock, and they do start at 11. It's 11 o'clock here. JV. What time is it where you are? Vodka for breakfast. Oh, long gone are those days. Rob or Cannoneer? I'm gonna say Cannoneer. I like Cannoneer. I do like Rob Whitaker as well. I think, as they were saying earlier on BT, he seems a lot more focused this time around. He wants to fight. As before, he wasn't really in that zone. So I think it'll be a good fight. But I'm still going for Cannoneer. Damn, it's 1 a.m. there. 3 a.m. Frank Nunes. No, I've not seen them. Not the crunchy ones, anyway. I've seen the puffy ones, but not the crunchy ones. I haven't been able to find them anywhere. I'll just give you guys another reminder as well. We've got a new series just come out on the channel, which I'm doing, where I speak to some of the best coaches in the sport. I've already spoke with Sam Greco and Dan Kelly. That was episode 1 of Coach's Corner. Second episode came out yesterday with John Crouch, who is cornering Casey Kenny and Jared Cannonier this weekend. Nice little chat, great guys, and really interesting conversation. Hopefully I'm meeting with Brad Pickett as well later on. So keep an eye out for that one. Casey Kenny and Nathaniel Ward, I'm definitely looking forward to that one. That's going to be a good fight set. Catch weight. Trevor Whitman would be great. I think he's been a bit busy this week, so hopefully next time, if we're on a card where he's present, definitely love to sit down with Trevor Whitman. Who wins, Cannonier or Israel? Oh, I don't know. I think I like Cannonier, man. Cannonier's a good dude. Heavyweight, now fighting at middleweight. He's definitely got the power. is he's got the speed, you know, a lot of confidence, but
But can I turn this entire thing? No, because this is attached to the top side.
what are the fights you're looking forward to? Maybe the prelims. There's some good fights on the prelims. Sam Alvey's fighting against Da Un Young. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but that should be a good fight. Tai Tuivasa and Stefan Struve. That's going to be wicked. Tai Tuivasa's been training at AKA with Cormier. Really cool dude, funny guy. Looking forward to that fight. Stefan Struve is massive though. But Tai Tuivasa needs a win, I think, he definitely needs to get a win. He's on a 3-fight losing streak at the minute.
Same time.
Yeah, I think we need another.
Yeah, Tai all day. Face-offs are coming up shortly. I think they're just in the corridor now. I think we're just waiting on Dana, and he's going to kick them off. But they should be starting pretty soon. It's 5 minutes past 11 here at the minute, so we're already a little bit over schedule, but you know how it is. Things don't always run on time.
Okay, Brian, go from this one.
I'm going to ask one of the
You're
cameramen.
busy now.
Ask one of the cameramen.
Would you please come over and media tent with your letterman?
Looking forward to these face-offs. I think obviously Kutalaba's got a bit of a history of some wild face-offs. I don't know if it'll be the same because these guys have faced each other before, so but you never know. Looking forward to that face-off. I think it'll be pretty fiery. But I can't really see any other ones that will be. Maybe Lauren Murphy and Lilia Shakirova. Maybe that'll be a little bit fiery, I think. Dan is currently getting a coffee and talking with some UFC guys. But I think he'll be back shortly to talk us through the face-offs. Cheers, mate. Don't want to knock the camera over. It won't be great. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream, by the way. Something we've been doing this Fight Island, and it's pretty fun because it's nice to see what you guys think. It's nice to see you guys throwing some questions out there as well for us to answer. No, the RT guys won't block the view this time. And they're definitely not going to have our seat on fight day either. We just set up in a... Oh, here's Dana. Face-offs are starting. So I'll be back in a few.
All right, thank you all for being here. We're going to stare these guys off. UFC President Dana White is in the building. It is UFC 254 Khabib versus Gaethje. And let us begin with the prelims. These two can be seen live on UFC Fight Pass and ESPN+. First out of the shoot in the lightweight division, Joel Alvarez versus Alexander Yakovlev.
I'm just going over to give Dana his Fight Island t-shirts, but I'll pass it over to Dan Hardy.
You nicked my mask.
All right, next up in the UFC Women's Flyweight Division, Liana Jojua versus the UFC newcomer
That's yours.
Miranda Maverick.
Is it? Nicely. Hard to tell. Mine was under there. Is it? I got mine out of there. Oh, maybe I left mine there then. Maybe that one's mine. It don't matter. Mine was new today anyway. That's going to be a good fight. That is going to be a very good fight. Maverick's supremely confident, very intelligent individual, studying a PhD at the same time as preparing to be an MMA fighter.
First up in the light heavyweight division, Da-Un Jung versus Smiling Sam Alvey.
So Sam Alvey obviously was a middleweight. He's moved up to light heavyweight recently. Da-Un Jung is a standout star in Korea, and definitely the biggest Korean fighter that we've had in the UFC. He's a big puncher. He was under pressure in his UFC debut, was able to overcome that, catch the guy in a guillotine, Kadiz Ibragimov, I think it was. This is going to be a fist fight. These two guys are just going to want to stand and trade.
In the welterweight division, Alex Cowboy Oliveira versus Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Awesome name, Shavkat Rakhmonov. Oh, comes in looking like a Mongolian warrior. So, Oliveira missed weight by a couple of pounds. This is a hard debut for Rakhmonov, but he's 12-0, undefeated, stopped everybody, and I think that's why they've matched him up with someone like Oliveira, because he's just, I mean, this might be another Khamzat Chimaev kind of situation where nobody wants to fight him.
Nathaniel Wood versus Casey Kenny.
My pick for fight of the night. Both these guys agreed to meet at 140 because this was a short notice fight for both of them. Obviously, Casey Kenny fought Alateng Haley recently. He was dominant in that fight. Just took him to pieces with the body kicks. But he's also a very, very good grappler. He's a 9-time judo national champion, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He had a scholarship at Indiana State for wrestling. And Nathaniel Wood, as we know, is a real scrapper, big puncher, good fighter. This is a hell of a fight. Obviously, Taito Avasa, undersized height-wise for a heavyweight, but punches heavy with the best of them. Stefan Struve, tallest fighter in the UFC, longest reach in the UFC, equaled only by John Jones, which is more amazing for John Jones than anything.
UFC 254 live, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m.
That's the case of Taito Avasa trying to keep him away.
First up in the light heavyweight division,
Taito Avasa trying to close distance. Oh, the audio's poor because I'm whispering. I can sit back and let you enjoy these face-offs if you want. I need one of these masks, one of these Bane masks. Oh, Kutalaba don't want to face him. Finally glad that one's going to happen.
Next main card bout comes your way in the women's flyweight division. 5th ranked Lauren Murphy welcoming the UFC newcomer Lilia Shakirova.
Got to keep an eye on Shakirova. She qualified for the Olympics and then got into a fight with her with the girl that she'd just beaten for her place. Got disqualified for 2 years, so that's why we're seeing her in MMA. She's got 1 loss on her record by decision, but I mean, I said I'm going to go back and watch that fight again. I very much feel like she won that fight. Punked Dana White a little bit there.
All right, next up should be a good one here in the UFC's middleweight division. Jacob Malcoon versus Vilhaaz.
This is a big opportunity for Malcoon. He was here last Fight Island. He was with Rob Whitaker in Rob Whitaker's corner. Phil Dawes has been a prospect that everyone's been keeping their eye on for a while. He didn't quite realise his potential when he fought Julian Marquez in the UFC Dana White's Contender Series. Gassed himself out wrestling, got caught with a head kick, knocked out cold. But this is much more of an exciting fight, given the fact that
versus number 10 Walt Harris.
Given the fact that Malcoon's a good boxer, got boxing record as well as an MMA record. Walt Harris coming in light, 254. He's lost 30 pounds during this training camp. He normally walks around at 295. Volkov with a whole new back piece tattoo. Not as much height difference as I would imagine. I kind of pictured Volkov to be a little bit taller. That's all about Harris getting close to him. Fast and explosive, big punching power.
Former undisputed champion and number 1 contender Robert Whitaker taking on 2nd ranked Jared Cannonier.
What a fight. What a fight. What a fight. Cannonier stepping on the scales at 185 as well. Like he's on championship weight. That's a statement. If he can get a big win over Whitaker, that puts him in prime position for Adesanya. Odd socks as well, and there's definitely a reason for that. There's nothing unintentional about this. I'm going to ask him about that when I see him.
Champion Khabib Nurmagomedov versus the interim champ Justin Gaethje.
Oh, and the main event. I'll be quiet. Both guys in great shape.
All right, it shall be done tomorrow night, folks. Khabib Nurmagomedov, Justin Gaethje for the undisputed lightweight title. One more sleep. We'll see you tomorrow night.
All right. Hell of a card. Hell of a card. So what was I talking about? Well, let me rattle through and give you a quick rundown of some of these fights. So, Yoel Alvarez, he's a long-range striker, stands very tall, doesn't mind getting taken down, has been controlled on the floor a few times in the past, but is able to scramble to top position, got good submission attacks, got good ground and pound when he gets himself into a good position. Still not sure about the weight situation. I'll ask about that, find out, and let you all know. But it was weird that he was early to weigh in and just didn't seem too fazed by the fact that he'd missed weight. And obviously Yakovlev stepped in on weight. Come and sit down, my friend. Juju against Maverick. Maverick's going to be backing up trying to counter-strike. Juju is the one that's got to try and get that one to the floor, I feel. What else we got? Darren Jung, Sam Alvey's going to be a rock'em sock'em. Sam Alvey pushing forward, trying to land big bombs. And Darren Jung's a bit more patient out the two of them. I think he might be trying to counter-strike as he's backing up. Alex Oliveira against Shavkat Rakhmonov. Very excited to see Rakhmonov. He's a scary individual. Stopped everybody on the way to the UFC. 12-0. Attacks the body well. That's one thing I'm expecting him to be doing this weekend against Alex Oliveira. Try and wear him out to the body, beat him up a little bit. Nathaniel Wood, Casey Kenny. That's a hard fight for Nathaniel Wood. There's no doubt about it. Casey Kenny's going to bring the grappling in that one, I think. You know, he's got great wrestling. He's got great judo. Good top control, good ground and pound, but we saw in his last fight against Alateng Haley how his body kicks just slowly dismantled him. So Nathaniel Wood's got to decide what range he wants to keep this fight at. Struve against Tuivasa, you know, I mean this could look like Struve keeping distance, using his range, using his knees, and then maybe even fighting off his back if it ends up on the floor. But Tai Tuivasa is probably going to try and replicate what Mark Hunt did to Stefan Struve, back him up, come over the top with a power right hand and put him down. Ankalaev, Kutalaba. Like Kutalaba used his ace card in that last fight playing possum. I think he needs to try and draw Magomed Ankalaev in. And I was expecting him to try and rile him at the face-off, try and get inside his head a bit, to try and draw out a bit of a scrap. Because Ankalaev's calm, he's stoic, he's difficult to predict. I think he's going to try and maintain distance. And that front kick that he had up the centre against Dolce Lungiambula is one of the many different techniques that Magomed Ankalaev can throw at Kutalaba and catch him clean. Shakirova's very exciting. Good wrestling, good striking, fights out of both stances. Different kind of fight than what Laura Murphy was preparing for. She was obviously preparing for Cynthia Calvillo. Malcoon against Hawes. Malcoon's undefeated 4-0. He was here for the last fight and he was in Rob Whittaker's corner for the Darren Till fight. So he's kind of walked these paths without actually being the fighter himself. Taking on Phil Hawes, who's got big power, good wrestling, but does seem to have a limited gas tank, and that seems to be the limit to his game right now. What we've seen, he slows down, and then he becomes very vulnerable. So Phil Hawes, we need to see him, you know, get into the second round and not look gassed. That's the big question here. And if I'm Malcoon, I'm trying to push him into that second round and make him work as much as I can. Even, you know, just be defending takedowns in that first round and force Phil Hawes to work. But a lot of people were talking him up as a prospect, Phil Hawes, when he first came into Dana White's Contender Series. Used to train with John Jones in Albuquerque, has moved around a bit, He's been out to Thailand. He's had a couple of Thai boxing matches between coming back to the UFC. So we might see a new level to his game, but there are still questions in my mind around his gas tank. Volkov Harris. Volkov's going to try and do what he does to everybody. Maintain distance, use his jab, use his teeps, use his knees, manage the pace, keep Walt Harris at a distance, and fight to a decision. Because he's a veteran. He's not rushed. He's not going to try and push for a finish in this one. He also knows how dangerous Walt Harris is if he's able to uncork one of those big power shots. For Harris, obviously the opposite side. The fact he's coming really light for this one is encouraging because he's got to keep a pace on Volkov. He's also got to try and close distance quickly and not get hurt on the way in and land those big power shots. Cannonier Whitaker. I mean, I've been thinking Whitaker's probably going to try and get this fight to the floor. Oh, all good?
Yeah. Lene just took me backstage with Dana, and I gave him the t-shirts, and I opened them up and I showed him, and he was like, "Oh, awesome! These are the shirts," and he was like, "Double XL." I was like, "Oh, you blame Dan." But no, he was buzzing by it. He was really happy, and then he said, "Thank you ever so much for your kind words." I was like, "Thank you." So, yeah.
Double XL is XL in England. It's wicked. So you got your little genie.
Yeah.
Little genie.
Chop that off.
Yeah, I gave him a double XL because XL in Australia, he is a big guy, and an extra large wouldn't have fit him. I know it wouldn't have done because extra large in the UK is a large in America. We have slightly different sizing. Where was that? Whitaker Cannonier. So I was thinking Whitaker might try and get this to the floor. It might be a smart thing to do to grapple with Cannonier and try and take some of that punching power away. But then I went back and watched the Hermansson fight last night, and Cannonier shut down every one of his takedown attempts. And like Hermansson's a difficult individual to take to stop taking you down. He's got great neck attacks, very unorthodox striking, and Cannonier was just like a brick wall in that fight. Got himself out of some bad positions. Like this, he might be able to force Rob Whitaker to strike with him, and then Whitaker's got to use his range and his footwork to move in and out and not get caught with big shots. And then the main event, Khabib, it's all about those first two rounds. The swing round for me is the third round. If Khabib gets out ahead on the scorecards in the first two rounds, then that's where we get to see where Justin's conditioning's at, whether he can be tested in the conditioning range. Fourth round stoppage, is that what you're thinking?
I was pretty surprised. Yeah. I thought I had an image in my head of Cannonier being much bigger than Whitaker.
Really?
I don't know why, but when I seen him up on the facing off just then, Whitaker looked massive. And I don't know, obviously because I think it's Cannonier has come down from heavyweight, you have that image in your head of him being huge, but yeah, Whitaker, I don't know about that fight now, to be fair. But yeah, I think Cannonier looks good, but I was not expecting them to be like of a similar size, to be honest. Yeah.
Especially because Whitaker's the one that came up from welterweight and Cannonier came down from heavy.
Yeah. He just looked like thicker.
They're both dense, aren't they? That's the thing. They're both like, and the thing I noticed as soon as Whitaker moved up from welterweight, his whole body just proportionately grew every cent. It wasn't like he gained muscle in his shoulders and his arms and his chest. It's like his whole midsection grew as well. Like his core's like solid. He's got like a real strong trunk. And then like Cannonier, like you think of him as a heavyweight, but then if you look at him as a heavyweight, like you can see there's so much excess on him. And he just basically stripped all that away. He just like shredded himself to the muscle basically.
He wasn't a muscular heavyweight, was he? Because seeing like fights him in it, he just looks like he's got a bodysuit on. Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. It's like a 40-pound meat suit that he's wearing on top of his frame that he's got now.
Yeah.
But like that knockout he got over Cyril Asker was like he was using good head movement, moving backwards, and then when he decided his opportunity, he crashed forward, landed a clean left hook, and the speed that he moved, and he was fighting a small, fast heavyweight in Cyril Asker as well. That's the point of difference when he was a heavyweight. And the thing is, it's like I was thinking about this quite a bit yesterday. So like if you're a heavyweight and you're fast and you've got good footwork, that's your advantage at heavyweight as a smaller guy. Then you move down to light heavyweight and you kind of give up some of those advantages because you're fighting guys that are almost as big, but now they're faster because they don't have the excess weight on them. So it's like the advantages that he had at heavyweight, he gave them up by going down to light heavyweight, but then moving down to middleweight, the speed is still there, but now he's got punching power and strength
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is stand out in that division, which wasn't an advantage in the other two. So it's almost like he's got like a new facet to his game. He just looks so strong against Hermansson.
Yeah.
Like every time Hermansson came in to get a takedown, he was just push him off. He even got to his back at one point and got suplexed and just scrambled back to the top position.
And Hermansson, he's a big, strong guy as well. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's pretty thick.
Awkward dude
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Got really weird timing.
Mhm.
Bounces in and out.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that Till fight. That's gonna be an exciting one.
Yeah, yeah. I'm also looking forward to
Whitaker is 29. That's mad, isn't it?
Casey Kenny and Nathaniel Wood.
Oh, dude, that's fight of the night. I'm
Yeah.
calling it now. That's fight of the night. Because Nathaniel Wood's durable. Like, remember that fight that he had against Josh Reed on Cage Warriors?
Yeah, yeah. They
Remember that
came
one?
back.
Were you boys there for that?
Nah, that was
Were you?
before.
No,
Yeah.
That was before time. Before time began.
I watched it though.
Yeah. Like, that was wild because it was like I was right cage side for it, like a couple of feet from the fence. And Josh Reed's a big puncher. I mean, his nickname's Crazy Horse. He's a bit of a wild guy. He comes in, he's landing good punches, hurts Nathaniel bad, and rocks him back against the fence. And like, there was this point where I'm thinking like, Goddard's gonna step in and stop the fight. Fucking hell. I'm turning into a meme. But then like Nathaniel was back up against the fence, and he wasn't even fully focused on his opponent. He was kind of like looking off at the lighting rig, and he just threw this beautiful punch, bang, and immediately the fight switched back in his direction. It was a wicked fight. If you've not seen that one, Nathaniel Wood against Josh Reed on Cage Warriors is really good. But my concern for Nathaniel is he, like, sometimes he leaves himself at risk. He takes shots that he doesn't need to take.
Yeah.
And I think in his last couple of fights he's shown that he started to change that a bit, because he's got good boxing and good footwork. He's got good scrambles, good takedown defense.
But after what Casey did to
I am healthy thick.
what he did to Alating Haley with those body kicks,
Yeah,
like
man.
just wore him
It's
down.
his favourite
And,
weapon, isn't it? The
Yeah.
left leg kick.
and he's got that momentum as well. Like, I mean,
It's the Mike Pence flies back.
less. It's been following us.
It landed genuinely, it landed on my head earlier on the live stream.
It landed on Adam's hand right as we were wrapping up the thing. Yeah.
But no, Casey's obviously less fought than less than 2 weeks ago as well. So he's got that momentum and that kind of mentality that I think is going to like push him through a little bit more.
Yeah, he's a mentalist. He is.
I know.
He was just so energetic when he was in the fighter interviews. He was just like, yeah, I just need to fight. I just need to keep fighting. And he went back to Vegas, went to see his dogs, and then turned around and got back on a plane
Yeah,
again.
yeah. John Crouch was saying that he'd fight every week if he could.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just got that mentality. He just wants to fight all the time. Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah, I like him, man. I'm excited for that fight. So where are we now then? Shall we wrap it? Have you got any more questions? Is there anything else anybody wants to know? I guess everybody's trying to get on with their day now. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We're going to keep trying to do these live streams. We're going to try and get the Raptors out for the next couple of numbered events in the US as well, obviously, depending on how that's looking. But we'll keep doing something as far as a live stream goes, as much as we can. Even if we're at home in the war room, we'll be keeping this rolling. And I'll be floating around tomorrow evening for the prelims and stuff, so I might drop in. Are you live streaming tomorrow
we'll
as
do
well?
a little prelim podcast, couple of
Okay.
hours, start it off, and then concentrate on that and probably go watch a few.
Wicked. Okay, so there'll be a prelim podcast tomorrow as the fights are on. So I'll dip in and have a chat with you guys. So if you've got any questions or anything like that, then we'll. Well, we've got a couple of questions quickly. Do I feel healthy? I feel super healthy. I could do with a bit more sleep. I'm all over the place with sleep at the moment. I keep waking up and I'm not sure exactly what time it is or where I am. I had a mad dream about a shark last night.
Did you?
Shall I tell you my quick shark story? You know what's weird? It was the beach in Malibu that we went to. After we did Rogan's podcast, we were on that beach in Malibu. And I was just sitting on the beach, and there was this, and it was like, like the Jaws ride at Universal Studios, where you've got the shark that keeps coming out of the sea. It was like there was one of them in the sea, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, it's kind of weird. And like people are just kind of in the sea and not really bothered, and this thing keeps going coming out the sea and then going back down. And I'm watching this guy, and he goes over it, and he had like a snorkel and everything on. So he went over to it, and he was like touching it, and then all of a sudden like he went underwater, like he was having a look at the rest of it, and it was like all of a sudden he realised it was a real shark. And he got up and turned around and like started to get to the beach, and this thing turned around and just munched him.
Did it?
Yeah, just munched him straight away. And then it went and got somebody else, and then I woke up, I'm like,
Who was it?
I have no idea.
No.
It was just a guy in the sea. But then it like what was odd is like all of a sudden the end of my dream was everybody like running to leave the beach and me just walking a bit further down to where everybody else had left. But it was really weird. Yeah, what do great white shark dreams mean?
I can't
Anybody
tell you
know?
my dreams.
Can you not?
We'll get a credential from you.
Dreaming of Dana again.
What's that?
Dreaming of Dana again.
No, I can't even tell you who it was, mate.
Oh, we'll get it out. We'll get it out of him. We'll get it out of him. He's still haunted by the smell, apparently.
What smell? What's that?
I'm just messing with you.
No, I
I'm
don't.
just messing with you. It is terrifying, Short. Jay Short. Yeah, I don't know what that dream was about, but I think it's a you need sleep kind of dream.
It's a REM sleep.
It is a REM sleep dream. I've probably not had REM sleep for about 4 years though. That's probably why. Okay, all good. Oh, yeah. What's up? You're laughing at?
I was googling what happens. What does it mean if you dream of a shark?
What does it mean? Does it mean death is imminent? Yeah. Good stream, please. Oh, here we go. So, to see a shark in your dream indicates feelings of anger, hunger, hostility, fierceness, and ruthlessness. You or someone else is going through an emotional period and can be a threat to people's well-being. A shark represents a person in your life who is greedy and unscrupulous. Yeah, there's a few of those about. I'm keeping my eye on all of you though, so you beware.
It's not me though.
It's the guys that stole your desk. I've just had a word with them.
Yeah,
anyway. I've just told them anyway. So
RT.
yeah. You've been told. Right. Nice one, everybody. Thanks for joining us. It's been awesome. And we'll see you tomorrow night for the prelims.
When that happens, I'll stop. Yeah, I need to see us do that first, and then stop.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I realise if you cut it.
Did you? I don't know. What are you talking about? I don't know.